little cherubs, welcome back to another video with Bed Talks, or Ped Talks even. So, what's happening in the football world? Well, Chelsea are certainly not competitive, are they? Not in any of the finals. Man City, on the other hand, are getting greedy. They're gluttonous, aren't they? Fair play to them. Well deserved. One of the top three Premier League teams I think we've seen since the inception of the Premier League. I put United's treble win in 1919 and probably Mourinho's 2014 up there as the three best teams that the league's ever seen. But you have to say, even with lots of money, like City do have, that you can get it very wrong. And Chelsea are a perfect example of that. More money than sense, and they've just pissed it up the wall. So there's a lot of credit that goes to Pep. He knows how to build. He knows how to build something special, and obviously he's done it with a great Barcelona team. He's done it with Bayern Munich, and he's done it with Man City. And he's consistent. He's consistent. He produces consistently good teams, competitive teams that play great football, that work hard, that look cohesive, that ultimately win trophies. And that is why he's one of the most highly decorated managers of all time, and probably one of the best of all time. I think his track record, particularly across different leagues, and winning trophies in every one of those leagues, he's up there with Mourinho. Ferguson obviously has won more Premier Leagues, but he only did it in the UK, or maybe in Scotland with Aberdeen, I can't remember. But you know, Carlo's got to be up there, Zidane to some degree, but I think Pep and Jose are the two standouts for me on the global stage. You know, another Champions League final, Inter Milan. You have to say, on paper, they're going to smash them out of the park. I think they'll prove dogged, and they'll be well organised, and they've got some decent individual players. Good goalkeeper. Lukaku's coming into some form. Martinez is banging in some goals. Good structures. They'll be disciplined. And a final, anything can happen, but I expect nothing less than a Man City victory, and for them to win the Champions League for the first time in Pep Guardiola's tenure, and the first time Man City have ever won the European Cup, I think. So fair play to them. If it was Tottenham, it would be another matter, but you know, they deserved it. And the league, I mean, they were just toying with Arsenal, hunting them down, letting them get a full sense of security, run out a bit of steam, and they just kept winning. It was relentless. Mind games, easily won. Outplayed teams, won games consistently, especially the second half of the season, and have just been relentless. So you have to say that they're going to win the league against Chelsea. Chelsea are, you know, just, let's not even talk about it. That will be an easy game for them. And then they got United in the FA Cup final. That could go either way with the Manchester derby, but you know, they're going to win two. You know, at least, and the treble would not surprise me at all, and that would certainly cement them as one of the finest Premier League teams that we've ever seen. Domestic front, so we've got Luton in the final with Coventry in the Championship playoff, the £100 million game. Luton could do with that because their stadium is an absolute mess, and it will be fascinating to see if they go up. And I've got a few friends that support the Hatters, how teams will deal with playing at Luton, because it really is a shithole, and you know, they're going to have to do some sprucing up if they do get promoted. New floodlights, that sort of thing. I mean, the changing rooms are a mess. You know, the infrastructure around the ground, trying to get all those fans in there on match day, particularly big Premier League teams. I think it'll be a really good addition, don't get me wrong, but very interesting nonetheless. Obviously, the Ricoh Arena, the stadium, Coventry's is set up for the Premier League, and they are a big club historically, and it's been a long time coming since they've been in the top flight. So I'm happy for either team to go through. I've got friends on both sides of the fence. Big shout out to Sean O'Malley up in Coventry, good friend of mine, and may the best team win. I will be absolutely riveted to the TV watching that one. What else have we got? So Chelsea, obviously 2 points dropped or a point gained. I think it's probably a point gained as far as Chelsea are concerned. You know, we've been rudderless, all the negative adjectives you can put against the team, but that's 4 points in 2 games for Lampard, so it's an upward trajectory if we look at the positives. But you know, we've got to get rid of a load of players. I'm hearing Ruben Loftus-Cheek is talking to AC Milan about leaving. You know, we can get 15-20 million for him. Fantastic. I think he's a great player, injury prone, hasn't really taken his opportunity. But I think could be good in Italy. Could be good. Victor Mori's out there, so Tammy's at Roma. They've got a little British contingent boys that he knows out there. So I think that could be quite an interesting next stage for him in his career. And we wish him all the luck in the world. Some of the bloodsuckers that need to go, people like Ziyech needs to go. I think Cucurella needs to go. He's just not at the level. We know that. I think the 2 goalkeepers need to go. Mendy, you know, just makes poor decisions, flapping. You know, we can't have a goal. If we're serious about winning anything, we've got to have a goalkeeper of repute, one that makes good decisions, because goalkeepers that make poor decisions invariably ends up in conceding a goal. And that's exactly what happened against Forest. Simple ball into the box, comes out, never going to win it. Big strong striker in the Nottingham Forest boy up front, and just gets his head on it and goes into an empty net. I mean, you just can't account for that. So if you look at teams with great goalkeepers, they're normally extremely competitive, or win the league, win cups, and normally in the top 6. Arsenal invested in Ramsdale, big game changer. Yes, they run out of steam, but he has saved them on a few occasions, world class saves, and he's been a revelation for them. When Liverpool bought Alisson, you know, they were a little bit up and down in terms of their performances, certainly their competitiveness in the league. Alisson changed the dial for them, made them a much more solid outfit, and then obviously Van Dijk in front of them, and you know, the results are tangible. Man City, he gets rid of Hart and brings in Ederson, game changer. These individuals, these top coaches know you need a world-class goalkeeper. You need a world-class goalkeeper to go to win anything. And Chelsea haven't replaced Petr Cech or Thibaut Courtois. They got Kepa, they panic buyed, and you know, he is the most expensive keeper, I think. And it's just, he doesn't even look like a goalkeeper. He's just been an abject failure in many ways, and never forgiven him for that debacle when Sarri was our coach at Wembley and he wouldn't come off the pitch. Ridiculous. And we do no worse than getting rid of both of them and getting a decent keeper. An Arna in Milan or Martinez at Aston Villa, both of those have been mentioned. That's an upgrade either way. So I'm happy for a new goalkeeper to come in. New central midfielder, talk of Rice, too expensive for me. Love him to come back. Obviously he was at Chelsea Youth before he went to West Ham. We let him go, we released him. Boy, that was a big mistake. He'll cost over 100 million. It's too much money. I like Caicedo at Brighton. He looks the real deal. Premier League experience, second year now. He's a sort of energy and dynamism that we need in midfield, and I think he'd be a great foil for someone like Enzo. And we Kante sort of reaching the back end of his career but still able to do a job for us, but obviously prone to injury. So Caicedo, I think, would be a good acquisition, or someone of that ilk. We need to look at each position and ensure that we've got 2 high quality players in each of those areas. We've got enough money to be able to do that. We need to do exactly what City have done, use that blueprint. Of course, we are not going to have a coach as brilliant as Pep, but I think Maurizio will instill some sort of new DNA into the team. We'll get them running, get them fitter, get them closing down, make us more competitive, hopefully more attractive as a football team. I can't stand this side-to-side football, and just get a new, fresh perspective. We need fresh perspective. We need to get rid of all these players, this dead wood that we've accumulated, and I think we'll start to see some shoots of recovery. I'm very excited about the season finishing. Can't finish soon enough. I can't see us getting another point. So let's just put the white flag up now and end it. Of course we can't do that. We've got to go through the pain of losing to Man City and them lifting the Premier League title. And, you know, we've got to get through Manchester United and then obviously Newcastle at home. The thing I'm most excited about is seeing what the new kit looks like, and I'm sure they'll wear that in the last game of the season at home. And my boys will want a new top, so that's a couple £100 down the Kazi. And yeah, let's see what the pre-season brings. But we're in the US, so I think there's quite a few games lined up. Be interested to see how we look, you know, with a few weeks' work under Maurizio, and what the squad looks like. More importantly, who we bring in, who goes out. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of interesting comings and goings at the Bridge. But listen, really appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll bring out some more content soon. Take care, peace and love.